Good morning, All Souls.
Good morning.
I'm Jane Gilbreth, a longtime member of All Souls. Whether you are here in the room or watching online, we are glad you're here. Your presence enriches all of us and our time together. We are a Unitarian Universalist congregation. Our tradition is a large tent with room for many beliefs and approaches to the questions that matter. It is our values of inclusion, compassion, and justice that hold us together. We seek to build the beloved community, making room for everyone, and creating a world where everyone's needs are met. You may be new here this morning. We are glad that you're here. May the congregation greet you by all saying, welcome. 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 Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. Whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears, you are welcome here. You are invited to join us with an open mind, a loving heart, and willing hands. We welcome you today.
Do not let the clouds and rain dampen your spirits on this day of celebration. Yay! Because we celebrate all those who follow on this Father's Day, recognizing the important role of men, mask-identified, non-binary, and intersex folks in nurturing and caring for the children and adults in their lives. However this day lands for you, whether in celebration, grief, indifference, or anger, feel what you need to feel and know that you are not alone. And let us honor all of those around us who father as a verb, those myriad ways in which men guide and nurture us and the children around us. And we celebrate 2 days after Juneteenth. The day that Union troops in 1865 brought news of the end of the Civil War and the emancipation of all who had been enslaved to Galveston, Texas, the last place to learn of this. Its celebration began immediately, and this anniversary has been marked in the African American community every year since, although it was only in 2021 that it became a federal holiday. And we celebrate the summer solstice, the longest day of the year and the shortest night. I am the Reverend Erin Dajka Holley, the minister here at All Souls UU Church. Our opening words are by the Reverend Michelle Collins. Today, the sun reaches its highest point, the light its longest stretch, and the living world is fully, gloriously open. The earth does not hesitate at this threshold. It blooms, it buzzes, it gives everything. We gather at this time of turning to celebrate, to give thanks, and to flourish together in this season of abundance. Come, let us worship together.
The world may show us darkness and bring us fear. May the flame of our chalice inspire us to resist. May it bring us together, that we may know the power of community, that together we will flourish. Please rise in body or spirit.
Jane, we have something extra today.
Pardon me?
There's something before that. Sorry.
Okay.
Good morning. Because we're celebrating the solstice today, I'd like to invite you to turn your attention with me as I call out to the 4 directions. And in case you aren't compass savvy, that's north, south, east, and west. So first we turn our attention to the east. Spirit of the east, spirit of air, of morning and springtime, be with us as the sun rises in times of beginning, in times of planting. Inspire us with the fresh breath of courage as we go forth into new adventures. And spirit of the south, spirit of fire, of noontime and summertime, be with us through the heat of the day and help us to be ever growing. Warm us with strength and energy for the work that awaits us. And spirit of the west, spirit of water, of evening and autumn, be with us as the sun sets and help us to enjoy the rich harvest flow through us with a cooling, healing quietness and bring us peace. And spirit of the north, spirit of earth, of nighttime and winter, be with us in the darkness, in the time of gestation. Ground us in the wisdom of the changing seasons as we celebrate the spiraling journey of our lives. Together, blessed be, blessed be.
Now, please stand as you're able, in body or spirit, to join in affirming our covenant and for the following song. Together we affirm, goodwill is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
We're going to learn a new chant today, and it's a celebration of the gift of summer sun. And it's a round, and we will, there are 3 different parts. So Bridget's part are going to be the people whose birthday is January through June. If your birthday is July through December, you're going to sing with Shanna. And if you identify as a bass or a tenor, you're going to sing with Darrington. So here's the top part. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah, here we go. Let's sing this top part. Let's all sing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's the gift of the summer sunlight. We turn the wheel to the passing of the light. We dance the gift of the summer sunlight. We turn the wheel to the passing of the
parts twice. So 1, 2, and 3, and then go crazy. So if your birthday is January through June, you sing the top part. And if your birthday is July through December, you'll sing that part. If you're a bass or baritone, sing that third part. And we'll sing it, I don't know, till I stop. Here we go. First part. Let's start with Todd. You want me to do it? 1, 2, 3, 4.
We dance the gift of the summer sun in flight. We turn the wheel to the passing of the light. We dance the gift of the summer sun in flight. We turn the wheel to the passing of the light. We dance the gift of the summer sun in flight. We turn the wheel to the passing of the light. We dance the gift of the summer sun in flight.
So I will invite those who are young and young at heart who wish to join me up front to come sit on the carpet or the chairs right in the front row. Ooh, there's a hula hoop. Grown-up hula hoops are a thing. So come join me. So today is the summer solstice. It is the longest daytime of the year. So we've learned through science that as the Earth is slightly tilted and travels around the sun, there are times when the northern part of the Earth points towards the sun and times when it turns away from the sun. And being pointed towards the sun causes the daytime to be longer. So with the sun out more, it provides more heat, which causes summer. And being pointed away from the sun makes the nighttime longer. And with more nighttime, there's less heat from the sun, which causes winter. You know what? That's not always right. Computers are not necessarily as smart as we are. So we usually, if we're going to talk about a solstice, talk about the winter solstice in December. And that's when we celebrate that the days are gonna get longer and promising the eventual warmth of the spring. But the summer solstice, today, in June, is just as important, even though it means that the nights are going to get longer and that fall will come. Many religious traditions throughout the world connect their celebrations of the changing of the seasons and mark the solstices. In Northern Europe and the British Isles, for centuries before the spread of Christianity, different cultures celebrated these celestial events, these things happening in the sky, and the marking of the seasons in different ways. And right now, people are discovering and retelling the ancient stories from these cultures as part of the tradition's neo-paganism. And so this story I'm about to tell you for the summer solstice is based on one of those stories. So the story is told that in the beginning, there were two gods who were brothers. And like many brothers, they struggled with each other for strength and power. One brother was the king of the forces of light, life, and warmth. And he wore a crown made of green oak branches. And he brought with him the growth and the vitality, fertility, and abundance. And he was called the Oak King. And his brother was the king of the forces of death, cold, and darkness. So he wore a crown made of prickly holly branches. The holly leaves stay green all winter. And he brought with him all withering and decay, stillness and hibernation. And he was called the Holley King. And the brothers were completely identical in strength. And so year after year, we had the same pattern that repeated. Because each year, the Oak King would grow strong in the winter, or would grow strong in the summer, and mighty during his time of dominance. And the light would gradually increase, bringing with it warmth and abundance. But each year, at the height of the Oak King's power, such as today, he would be thrown down by his brother, the Holley King. In the wake of the Holley King's victory, the light would gradually wane, and as it did, the cold would come and the land would go dormant. But at the height of the Holley King's power, at the winter solstice, he would be challenged again by the Oak King, and the Holley King would fall. And this cycle would repeat and repeats and repeats, year after year. And so every year at the winter solstice, as the nights become too long and the cold seeps in, when the plants die back, the Oak King reclaims his power to bring back the light and warmth. And every year at the summer solstice, as the days become long and warm as they are, and the world is green and the berries ripen, the Holley King begins to reclaim his power to slowly bring on fall and the dark of winter. And so today, the Oak King is at his greatest strength as the days have become so long, and so the pattern must continue that the Holley King defeats him. And slowly, bit by bit, today, today you will notice that the days are becoming shorter until you feel the Holley King's chill. This is as it always has been and always will be, the balance of the earth's cycles of day and night, of seasons, of warmth and of cold. So let's celebrate the light today. Let's rejoice in the green of the plants outside and have fun in the warmth. And if it rains again, go enjoy jumping in those warm puddles. Because this warmth will not last forever. So that is the story of the Oak King and the Holley King from neo-paganism. And so with the joy of the summer that we have right now, I will have you go to your classes and the congregation will sing you out. Thank you for joining for the story.
Beauty be the blessing of your nights and days.
Splendorous Sunday and summer solstice greetings. I thank All Souls for asking me to introduce the offering today. This date of June 21st would have been my mother's 91st birthday. My earliest awareness of unconditional love, acceptance, encouragement, and support were gifts from Mom. Since I first began coming to All Souls 2 years ago this month, I immediately felt a warm welcome from this community, a sure sense of belongingness and acceptance. This community and belongingness I fully treasure. My wish for those of us at All Souls and beyond these walls would be a sense of belongingness, acceptance, ease, comfort, and the encouragement to shine brightly. When I see you before me, I see community, I see belongingness, I see sparkle. In short, I see our best selves. Life is indeed good. The offering will now be graciously given and gratefully received.
Thank you, all of our musicians. Thank you. And thank you, Todd, for joining us this morning. So clocks cease to matter when you are camping in the Boundary Waters canoe area at the very top northeast part of Minnesota. Because there's nothing there but you, the people you're with, your gear, your canoes, and those few other people you either wave to as you paddle by or with whom you share the grueling portage path. You know what I'm talking about if you portaged. You can go days without seeing another group of people. although it's rare to go more than a few minutes without seeing, hearing, or feeling a mosquito. The sun rises, the sun sets. You get in your tent to sleep after the sun sets, and the light filtering into your tent wakes you in the morning. It genuinely does not matter, the objective time, unless it's your last day and you need to paddle 3 miles to the other end of the lake to pull up, pack up the van, and hit the road back to the Twin Cities. So I experienced this directly more than a decade ago, and it was this time of year. My spouse, Neil, his parents, and I, we spent 5 nights in the Boundary Waters, and it was pristine. And we watched loons with their chick, and then the hawk that they drove off from what could have been easy prey. And objective time just didn't matter. So far north, it was only when I went to bed and happened to notice the clock on my e-reader that I realized just how late it was, when it had only just become dark. And a similar surprise at how early the morning came. And it left us with long days to read, talk, paddle, cook over the campfire, have somebody's glasses knocked to the bottom of a lake because of aforementioned mosquitoes. Such long days when we are near to the summer solstice. And that moment in the seasons and the impact of the sun's angle, that was the most palpable I'd ever felt it. Because my body met the rhythms of how the heavens met the earth, and I felt the wonder of it all, just how long the day was. And how strange it is to me that this day is known in some European cultures as midsummer, while our calendars call today the first day of summer, and meteorological summer begins just a couple weeks ago on June 1st. As midsummer, I'd expect it to be the middle of the hottest, driest days, not at the time of the earliest berries and vegetables. Shouldn't the longest day be during the most intense part of summer? And alas, the heating of the earth by the sun simply doesn't work that way. It takes time for soil and air to warm and to cool. And once it is warm, it dissipates the heat slowly, locked up in the ground and the plants. And once it is frozen, it warms slowly, the heat reaching deeper and deeper layers of the soil over time. Early cultures noted all of these seasonal trends and their connection to the angle of the sun and the lengths of the days and the nights. And without ample light sources, no matter the hour, such as we have, those cycles were felt deeply, like when I was in the Boundary Waters. And so we find the contradictions between this being midsummer, the middle of the months with more light than darkness, as the great bounty of the seasons begin, and yet also the beginning of the lessening of the light. It's the tipping point. The point where change actually begins, even though you won't notice it for quite some time. Many of us learned in school that Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863. Our country was mired in the Civil War, and no matter what teachers may have told you about states' rights, it was fought over the issue of slavery. That Emancipation Proclamation applied to all of the states in rebellion against the United States. So while it technically freed enslaved people on that first day of 1863, without the power of the United States government through the military to enforce it, that proclamation changed nothing that day. Only as the Confederate military lost ground could those who were enslaved know their freedom. And so the Emancipation Proclamation functioned as the tipping point. The moment that the change began, even though it was years before its effects were felt. 2.5 years until June 19th, 1965, months after the official end of the Civil War, when the U.S. Army had defeated the last holdouts of the Confederacy in Galveston, Texas. That day, Juneteenth, those formerly enslaved learned that they were free. And the U.S. Army was there to make sure it actually happened. 2.5 years from words on a paper to the final moment of implementation. 2.5 years that so many worthy Black people of dignity remained under the brutal control of their white enslavers. Because the tipping point was only the start of the change. Historians are the ones who look back and recognize the tipping points, who see when something monumental actually began, and they tell us that the beginning of the destruction of democracy in our country, the beginning of the current delineation of wealthy white men as the only ones deserving of power and the needs of all others having no credence, the beginning of what feels like the most crushing downfall began 46 years ago, and even a bit earlier. 46 years for the full effect of the tipping point of the election of Reagan to be fully and truly felt. And like the sun's time slowly dwindling, the change happened so slowly we didn't notice. And this, for better or worse, is usually the way of change in our world. The moment that change begins is subtle and small. It happens slowly after that moment, that you might not even notice that it's happening. But you look up one day and you see that change has happened in ways that you truly feel. I promise you, there are tipping points happening every day in us and around us and throughout the world. Those moments when the impact of change begins, even if it's not enough to feel. It could be tinged with hope and sadness. For we recognize some change for the better and other change for the worse. Some we celebrate, some we slowly mourn, but it is always there. The start of something new. The beginning of an ending. Both and. Forever and always. Let us be in this moment, holding on to the hope and the grief all at the same time. For our hearts are big enough to hold it all. Let us dance with joy for the light and the abundance of the summer. Let us anticipate the fall and winter. And let us know that the tipping point is there. It is something we can bring about. It is something we can help along. And therein, with the changes of the heavens, we might always find hope. May it be so. To celebrate today's summer solstice, we welcome in the light at its peak and share in the fruits of the early harvest. While we bring our minds and hearts the joy of summer, I ask the ushers and helpers that I've asked to help out to please pass around the bowls of early summer fruit. These are all berries. Please use the toothpick to take one berry, but wait until I tell you to eat it. Please pass around the berries. I know, I have to tempt you. So as the berries come around, please join in a time of reflection and wondering together, using our imaginations to bring to mind our own experiences. Have you noticed the length of the days? The early rise of the sun that calls you from your slumber before your alarm. Have you noticed the long evenings with those long rays of setting sun streaming through your west-facing windows well after supper time? And feel that light on your face when you turn to face the sun. It is bright enough to hurt your eyes, so if you would like to, please close them to appreciate that light that still passes through your eyelids. And let the warmth of that sun fill you and soak in those rays of light, a brightness that you can feel upon your skin. These long days are to be enjoyed, calling us to exploration and wonderment at all of the life teeming around us. From the chittering of the birds and the squirrels to those extra large mushrooms that have emerged these last few weeks. From the smell of the flowers to the feel of the grass. Play in the spaces where the dark shadows of the trees play at the brightness of the sun, and find the hidden joys in the foliage, the tiny flowers, the unexpected fruits, the glimpse of a brightly colored bird. Now is the time to enjoy the long evening walks and the dew of the bright early mornings. With the length of the day and the shortness of the night, today whispers to us that the warmth and the green are fleeting. Just now, as the early fruits begin to ripen and the summer squashes and cucumbers and peas and beans form on their plants and vines, as we anticipate the hottest days and so much more harvest to come, just now, the days begin to shorten. 10 seconds at first, but soon it will be minutes every day. The reminder that the cycles of the earth and the heavens cannot be avoided. Starting today, we grow ever closer to the cold winter months. But do not mourn the inevitable, for this is a celebration of all that is around us. It is the call to live in this moment with joy. And so you should have in your hand a toothpick with a berry. See how sanitary we're being this morning? These berries are among the earliest fruits of the season. The sweetness of the ripening summer months just come to bear. The days of abundance have come when there are berries and soon fruits on the trees and the vines and the vegetables from the plants. The earth will feed us this abundance throughout the summer and grant us a fall harvest, all of which we celebrate, beginning with this moment. So look at your berry to see its rich color. With your eyes or your hands, learn its texture, its smooth skin, its pointy parts, its roundness, its fragility. Does your berry have a smell? And when you have studied your berry to recognize the miracle of its existence, go ahead and place it in your mouth. What does it feel like on your tongue? Does it fall apart? How easily will it release its juice? Is it as sweet as you had hoped? Or does it have that sharpness of sour? Enjoy this berry and all of the berries and fruits and vegetables to come this summer. The world becomes ripe for us to experience, and let us revel in it while the light is still here. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our hymn, The Sweet June Days.
And now we'll thank the elements that we called in, and we're going to do this in reverse order. And I'm going to ask you to repeat after me when I say thank you to the element, okay? So we will begin by turning our attention to the spirit of the north. Spirit of the north, spirit of earth, of nighttime and winter, thank you for lending us your rock steadiness this morning. Together, thank you, North. Spirit of the west, spirit of water, of evening and autumn, thank you for offering, cooling and tempering to our passion this morning. Thank you, West. Spirit of the south, spirit of fire, of noontime and summer, thank you for helping us to get fired up in our commitment this morning. Together, thank you, south. And spirit of the east, spirit of air, of morning and springtime, thank you for inspiring us with a fresh breath of courage this morning. Together, thank you, east. Blessed be.
we release this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Celebrate the abundance, being here in the moment, and recognize that it is also the beginning of change. May you hold the warmth of the summer sun deep within you to be with you through what change will come. May it be so.